although it's scary, it's the same as music, really. Whenever I write about something, I'm like, oh God, what should I write about that? And then it ends up being my favourite song.
Hi everyone, this is Mona and I'm joined by the wonderful Anne-Marie. Look how gorgeous she looks here on the big screen. Hi, how are you doing? How are you coping with everything right now?
It's pretty boring.
Yeah, it is.
Pretty bored. But yeah, I'm just cooking a lot of food, got a lot of promo for the new song. It's actually nice to be doing something.
Yeah, I can imagine. No more planting as you did in the
No, it's a bit cold now, so like everything's dead.
Okay. So hopefully in summer you don't have to put it out again and do another lockdown planting. We hope that this will not be happening. Congratulations on the huge success of Don't Play. I love it. It's even hard to speak it out. I really want to sing it all the time I say it. Don't play. So
I know.
It's amazing. How does it feel to have such a huge record out on the first thing in 2021?
It feels so good. It's just like a perfect start to the year. Having a song out and people loving it. It's just, yeah, it's perfect. It's a perfect start to the year.
Wonderful. I love the video also, and I've heard that you broke your finger during filming the video. How did that happen? Is it that one?
Yeah, this one here.
You can hardly tell.
It's a bit of a strange shape now. It's definitely changed. It was obviously in the video we do a lot of fighting because it's based around that kind of thing. KSI is a boxer. I've done karate, and it was such a fun video to shoot. And then right at the end, when we're actually doing the proper fighting scene, I felt my finger go, and I was like, "Ouch, that really hurt." But we only had a little way to go, so I just taped it up and carried on. And yeah, it's just changed shape a little bit, but I'll always remember the music video now.
Yes.
I'll never forget it.
Yeah, it's wonderful. But it doesn't hurt anymore or anything.
No, it's fine now.
Is the song a bit autobiographical then, in a way, with all the fighting and stuff? Because I've watched your documentary, which is amazing, by the way. We come to that later on, if it's all right. Where you talked about your time at school and then starting fighting and everything. Is it the story that connects with you in a way?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's beyond like the song. I think in general, karate really helped me as a person. So yeah, I definitely am so thankful for it growing up. And whenever I don't do it, I miss it so much. So it was so good to do. And the song really it's just about, it's different for me and KSI. We both have different meanings of what the song means. I find it really hard letting people in, and I'm a bit like, get away, get away. And when I finally do let someone in, I'm like, please don't mess it up. So it's kind of like that. And yeah, it probably will result in a bit of karate chopping.
Okay, wow, wonderful. I think especially Don't Play, but also Problems, they kind of felt a little bit freed. It's a little bit more free, experimental kind of Anne-Marie, because it's not the classy poppy Anne-Marie style. Is it true, or is it just my mind going crazy, or does it feel kind of?
You're right, absolutely. I feel like this time, well, last year was a really great time to just experiment, and that's exactly what I did. And I feel like when I first started, I was really pressured into being in a lane. Everyone was like, what genre are you? You need to pick a genre. And for me, that was really hard because I love every type of music, and I want to go into the studio and write a rock song. Then I want to write a pop song. Then I want to write R&B. And it was so hard for me to just stick in one lane. And I think last year gave me the chance to just experiment. And now I think more and more people are really open to artists just putting out different types of music. So it just gives me the chance really to release stuff that I've experimented on.
Yeah, I think it's a wonderful thing because just as you said, the labels or whatever, they are like, you need to be a pop girl, you need to be a rap singer, you're an R&B type of guy. And then this lockdown and everything, this craziness happens. And then they're like, oh my God, okay,
Yeah.
just put out whatever you like. And the people really love it, you know? So
Yeah.
that's a wonderful thing, I think, that happens right now. Is it all right to talk about a bit about your documentary?
Yeah.
With that, because I loved it. It's How to Be Anne-Marie, a YouTube documentary. And I was like, the first thing I was thinking is how much courage did it take you to film this? Because you were so brave. At some moments in this documentary, I was crying and I was like, why isn't she crying? Because it's her life she's talking about, but it's so touching. So how much courage did it take you to film this documentary?
Yeah, it was quite scary to film because also just going through the really tough lockdown, I was in quite a rubbish place. So just being in that place and then going back into your past, which is also quite sad, was just like a double hit. But I think that the more I love to be completely open with everyone. I talk about mental health all the time on social media. I try and have open conversations about it all the time. And when I did feel like it was quite scary in that documentary, or when I was getting interviewed and I was like nearly crying, I was like, no, this is what I want. I want people to know this stuff and get to know me in that way. And yeah, so although it's scary, it's the same as music, really. Whenever I write about something, I'm like, oh God, should I write about that? And then it ends up being my favorite song. So it's always great to put something out like that, I thought.
And I got a kind of feeling, I mean, you are really open already, but I got the feeling that I kind of got to know another layer of yourself. Was it the same with you, that you discovered, I mean, rewatching it or while filming it, that you discovered another layer of yourself?
Yeah, I honestly didn't expect. We didn't know where the documentary was going to go. We didn't have a plan of like, oh, we're going to go here and then we're going to do this. It literally came from the big interview that we did, and whatever answers I gave, then we went and delved into it. So it was a complete shock to me as well. And I'd never thought I'd go back to my old school. I didn't think that I'd have to revisit those emotions. So I think that it really helped me because, you know, you hold those things in and you think, oh, it's in my past, I've grown from it, but you can't just forget about it. So it was amazing for me. It started a whole new journey of like my mental health. So it was brilliant.
So after the movie, you wanted to start a journey of self-understanding and figuring yourself out. Did you, or I think it's a life process, but did you figure yourself out kind of?
Yeah, I really did. I've started doing therapy every week, and I've really calmed down a lot in my thoughts. I'm quite all over the place all the time, and being on tour actually goes hand in hand with that. But then when I stopped being on tour and I was just here, my brain was just too much. I was just like, I haven't got nothing to distract me. So the documentary actually helped me start trying to understand or figure out what to do. And honestly, I think the therapy has changed my life. I know it isn't for everyone and it's quite scary. But honestly, it is the best decision I've ever made, starting therapy. And sometimes when I just feel fine, I'm like, I don't need it today, and I do it, and it's like the best session I've ever had.
Yeah,
it's the best. So I feel so great, and obviously I wanted to start this year fresh and be in a better place in my brain, and it's a great start already, so I'm hoping that the year continues.
So since you are on that journey, do you already notice an impact on your music? Yes, tell us.
Yeah, I mean, I always write about what I'm going through at that time, and you can totally see that in my first album. I went through loads of heartbreak, loads of weird feelings about feeling anxious and stuff like that. And every day I write, I can see a change in who I am, and it's so crazy. It's like it is like a diary. If I put my song words down in a diary, it would read as a diary. It's so real to me. And yeah, obviously doing therapy and getting my head straight and figuring myself out, that totally reflects in my music. So you'll 100% hear it in my music.
Thank you so much, Emery, for taking the time. Thank you so much.
See
Bye.
ya.